Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to all the men in the room. And good afternoon to all the wonderful, beautiful women here. So this is a platform which is here to recognize women contributions, women leadership, women development, businesses, etc. But we also know that this won't be possible without the men in our lives. So we acknowledge all of you, but today is all about us. Right? So I would like my audience to be as participative as possible. So I don't want people to be just sitting there. I want you, when I ask you to do something, will you do it? Yes. I can't hear. Yes. Oh, that's wonderful. So could you please stand? Yeah, I'm in charge, remember, I'm on stage and I have the mic. Right? So what I'd like to do, a lot of you rushed in here, a lot of you just had a wonderful lunch, and I'm sure are feeling quite sleepy. Right? So I want you to put your hands together like this and rub your palms really hard till you feel the friction in your palms and it feels warm. So it's more energy, please. Right? And now I want you to wipe and clap. So, have a seat, please. This is what I love most. Before we even started, I've got a standing ovation from the client. Alright, so I'd like to first just say a little bit about myself. I call myself Queen Sandy. And so a lot of people ask me why Queen, and my answer to them is why not? I don't wait for other people to give me titles. I give myself the title that I enjoy most. And I think that's what each of you should do. Because each one sitting here in this room today is an exceptional person, has a lot of abilities, and perhaps they are a bit nervous, a bit shy to come forward and talk about themselves. So what is leadership all about? It's about talking about who you are, not waiting for others to talk. So my USP is that I started work when I was 44. Nobody would give me a job because I never worked a day in my life, but because of financial problems, I had to find work. And I was 44 years old and I was told, middle-aged woman, no computer skills, no office skills. Lady, we don't have the time to do anything for you. It's like if you reach a certain age, you can't learn anything, you can't develop anything, and that's a load of nonsense, right? If you have it within you, you can do what you want. And today we're going to be speaking to a group of people who have done exactly that. They are blazing a trail for themselves. They're not sticking to one thing, they're finding new things to keep them busy, to keep them occupied. So, although it says ladies first, I'm going to invite the sole gentleman on this panel. Please welcome Dr. Ashok Chopra. And could I please have Parul? I'm on first name basis. If you want to read about their profiles, it's there. Anyway, could I have Sarah Dawn? Could I have Sonal? Could I have Lady May? And could I have Sarah? So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my amazing panel. Different nationalities, different walks of life, and we're going to talk about something that will keep you occupied, and when you go home today, you're going to have a lot to think about. So I would like to start with the main person, the male person. Could you please introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dr. Ashok Chopra. I am with Amity University here, and one of the reasons I am standing to show how women empowerment takes place with one man on the dais and all women are there. Basically, I specialize, I teach about 18 subjects, so I'm the registrar of the university. I head the PhD program at the Amity University, and I am also a member of the research committee. So research is my forte, and I try to give you data if possible today on the women empowerment. I have been working with Amity University since 2018, and before that I was running my own training company. I have done more than 300 training programs, and I still conduct a lot of corporate training programs, and that's where I come from. That's it. Here for 25 years, more than 25 years now. It's second home for all of us. So that's about me. Thank you very much.
I thought it was going to be Princess Sarah. I thought that's what we agreed. I'm Princess Sarah. I'm not sure if many of you remember. I don't see any faces from the morning. Okay, so my name is Sarah Bueri. I'm an HR leader, a fellow human like everyone in this room. And I'm pro-people. So I'm pro-women, I'm pro-men, and I'm pro-people. I'm not going to go into a long, you can read about me if you want.
Hi, this is Sonal. I head marketing and corporate communications at Dubai National Insurance. I also lead the strategic partnership team. I also am the PMO to strategic projects. I also head direct sales. And on a personal front, I'm a theatre actor as well. So there's a lot that we do. So you will get to know more as we talk. And it's a pleasure meeting you. We're here to learn from you and give you our perspective today. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Sarah Dong, managing partner at Seal Club Network. So Sandy tell me introduce myself, China Doll. So when I see the crowds, I am so impressed that I see many friends, colleagues from India. I see you like a family member because in the club there are many members from India. And thank you for having me. And my role is to connecting CEOs, entrepreneurs, and executives under one roof to share ideas and help each other for better growth. Thank you.
What an eclectic crowd and panelists. I'm really excited to be here and honored to be here. Thank you for having me. My name is Parul Madan. Very recently landed in Dubai, making it my home. Lived for more than 25 years in Germany, originally from India. Worked internationally, also an alumni for MIT Sloan and Calcutta. My background is pretty diverse. Worked in corporate with Ericsson HP and German telco, and then ventured into entrepreneur space, built several businesses, exited out of them. On the journey became an entrepreneur, and I now work in creative disruptive space, which is venture capital. So I'm a managing partner at Quake Capital. We are an investment fund who invest globally with more than 270 investments in our portfolio. And personally, I have invested in 60 plus companies. So yeah, that's me, and I'm sure Sani is going to ask me some very interesting questions here.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mayawa Adigoke. Feel free to call me Lady May. I have an almost 11-year career in TV, and I think I'll just keep it short and interesting. I'm the one who quit my TV career in Lagos, Nigeria, 4 years ago, moved to Dubai for love, and I've now built a bigger brand than I had in Nigeria. I am an international journalist and entrepreneur, and essentially how I help people like you is to help you build a powerful and profitable personal brand. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and please to have a seat. So we have a very eclectic, a very professional group here, and we are also very conscious about time. So we're going to move to the first question, and Lady May, I'm going to start with you. It's the same question for each of the panelists, so we just want to get your perspective on what different perspectives do women bring by their role as leaders. So what are the different perspectives?
Thank you very much. I think it's, and I'm sure that when we all speak, we would sound alike ultimately. We cannot separate what is innate in us as women. So first you look to the nature, and whatever is natural to a woman is what she brings into everything she does, which is love, care, nurture, the ability to multitask for many of us. All of that is what we bring to the table as leaders. And I think more than anything, we just bring our humanity to the table as leaders. I don't believe that leadership has one color or one gender or one agenda. Every human is a leader. The problem is most times people are here to unlock what makes them them, and so you find them just flaying about. The moment we unlock what makes us us, what makes us special, that moment we become leaders. Thank you.
I think I'm going to speak for myself because, and also what I've seen in my life. So I'm an engineer by education as my base, and the first skill that I learned was problem solving. And I think if I look at any woman in their lives, that they're multitasking, they're thinking about things, they're working on things. So I think they're continuously problem solving and prioritizing. And I think that is one of the key things that women bring to the table, getting the job done and going to the next job and multiple jobs at the same time. And I think that is one of the biggest assets that any team can have women in their teams.
In my, what I'm believing that the leadership will resolve the two things, where to go and how to go. For example, in SEAL Club, we want to create a global family network, a global business network, and to create a home for CEOs, entrepreneurs, and to get supported, to create a trust community, and to have a better growth. So how to reach there? So we developed the franchising model. So for like-minded entrepreneurs, so we can come together and to grow the network. So we want to create an impact-driven community. So that helps business world for a better environment. So it doesn't matter where they are, where they travel to, they can find a community there, a trusted community. So that is how we can help that, as a business leader in our community. Yeah.
Thank you for the interesting question, Sandy. Well, this is, I think, very important because women in general are very intuitive, right? So for anything, they have empathy, relationship management skills, multitasking, all these inherent qualities really come into play, and these are very important to be a true leader. So I feel that relationship management is like my forte. So which I feel apart from the knowledge of your product, like I'm from insurance. So insurance is a very male-dominated industry. So how do you stand out? How do you close the deals? How do you approach your clients? It's very different. You can't base it on gender. I mean, every individual is different. Every person is different. But it's about the inherent qualities that a woman brings across on a table. It's about understanding the needs of the client, stepping in the client's shoes, just everything, just the gut feeling that the woman has, and the thing of not letting it go, the perseverance, the problem-solving skills, like my fellow panelist said. So all these inherent qualities are very important for a true woman leader. So I feel any woman with a vision and the ability to empower other women is a true leader and a role model to be looked upon. Thank you.
Awesome, thanks. I'm not going to generalize because I've met some women who are great problem solvers, and I've met some women who are very empathetic, but I've also met some women who are not. So I'm not going to generalize and say what women do bring, but what I would want people to bring, irrespective of gender, to any leadership table is vulnerability, is the ability to say when they don't know how to do something or when they don't know what to do next or to ask for help. So I would love to see more of that on the leadership table. And I would love to see more humility. So the ability to learn from your colleagues, from your peers, and also from those more junior to you. So that's...
Life, according to me, runs on three important things, three important resources. We call it money, material, and manpower. Rest, everything is a byproduct of these three. I don't think for these three resources, we can not depend upon women. Everything comes, as far as these resources are concerned, through women. Let's talk about life, manpower. If she's not there, none of us are here. Second comes money. I don't think anybody will deny that she's an equal contributor, rather sometimes more, and has a sense to run our homes, our houses. And as far as material is concerned, I'm sure if she's not there, probably cooking will not be there. No home will run properly. So according to me, without these three resources, where she's an integral part of everything, humanity does not run, life does not run. So there is no denial that women is everything as far as life is concerned. That's my point of view. Thank you.
I think you can give the mic back to Dr. Chopra. Okay, so this is a question for Dr. Chopra and Sarah. So, what personal development and professional courses are universities and corporates running to equip more women to take on leadership and decision-making roles?
Okay. So, at the university, the latest what I find, which is the place for the higher education institution, I think the best thing we can offer to a women is the facility of an incubator, where come out with an idea and convert it into a reality. And converting into a reality is not just a venture capitalist. That is not enough. But to learn how to convert your idea in a real manner into an enterprise and run it, that's what university offer. We offer human development, personal development, and I think this is where women as a leadership, women as a resource can do much, much better. So I feel university offer the platform for anybody and everybody, especially for women, to come, give their idea and convert that idea into an enterprise so that whole humanity can be benefited.
Thank you.
I feel like we should duets, do a bit of a song.
You got the same question. Should I
Is that okay? Am I allowed to speak? Again, I'm going to bring it back to the people, not to just the women. Thank you so much for the university courses. From a business perspective, one thing I can say from being in HR leadership roles is no matter what business school you attend, no matter how many personal development courses you do, no matter where you go, if you're not going to apply what you learn, and if you're not going to make mistakes, and if you're not going to take risks and be unafraid of looking silly or stupid or not knowing everything, it doesn't matter what courses you do. So my suggestion and what we do from a business perspective is we allow all employees, leaders, and everyone's a leader, but we allow them to make mistakes. And we hope and we actually promote them making mistakes, and we want them to learn, because that is how they learn. That is how they learn how to be better leaders. And it comes with a bit of forgiveness, but you really need to have an appetite for risk, which I do. So, thank you. Who's next?
Lady May.
Lady May.
Okay, so Lady May, you're from the field of journalism and media. So, in the world of journalism and media, what progress has been made and how has it impacted on you personally?
Thank you very much. I think the progress that's been made in the field of media and journalism is what we can all attest to. And what am I talking about? That's social media, internet technology, the pace at which we can deliver news is faster now more than ever before. News is everywhere, literally in your hand. And when we look at this, I know that there's so many disadvantages attached to this, but there are also many advantages. I always like to look at media for good. How, in my personal space, I want to inspire the world. I want to promote goodness. I don't know if any of you have actually ever considered the fact that majority of the news is negative. Have you ever taken note? Perhaps 90%, or except in Dubai, it's very different here. But globally, news is mostly negative. And I speak from experience as someone working in the newsroom who began to feel the impact of negative news day in, day out. I tell you, there was a time in my life that I tuned off the news, even though you'd find me on TV. Why? It began to affect me mentally. Whatever you consume, you become ultimately. And I'm passionate about one day seeing a world where we also promote good news just as much. And this is the impact that I want to personally make in media. And that can come in different forms. I use my platform, for instance, to create initiatives that help people. People are attracted to me because I'm on TV. I walk into a room and they know me, they want to talk to me. I can use that to impact the world positively. And that's the challenge I want to leave for anyone in media. Thank you.
The next question is for you. You're an entrepreneur, you're an investor, and we all know that there are very few female investors. We also know that when it comes to investment clubs and whatever else, it's usually very male-dominated. And you are one of the few who is out there doing things a little differently. So as an entrepreneur and investor, what are your observations on being in the so-called minority?
So, Sani, my take is very different on this because, I was very lucky. I say I was very fortunate to be born in a family where my dad and my mother, they really empowered us. They gave us the wings and the air to fly. And when I got married, my husband continues to empower me. So I think I've been one of the very few fortunate people in the world, I can say that. And for me, it was told that you have to work hard and you will get the opportunities and you grab the opportunities with both the hands and just put your head down and keep working. So that's what I did. When I basically went after my education in the corporate world with XNHP, I became a team leader in less than 2 years. Got an opportunity to work with German Telecom, became the CIO. The position wasn't there back in the day. It was called team leader, VP kind of a position. So led a team of hundreds to more than 200 people, interactive 400 people. Worked there, became an entrepreneur. Again, there was nothing kind of investor or even a role as a mentor. You would treat it as a weak person if you would go for seeking help, like what just was mentioned, to be vulnerable, but you could not do that. So there's always a big burden as a woman, but you had to work hard, keep pushing your way. So I would say that I just did that, and it was for me only natural to pave my way into this investment world. So I was never shy of, if I may use this language, sitting on the big boys table or being present there. So I think for me it was always a challenge and go for it. And I would say I was fortunate to get those opportunities and I just grabbed those opportunities in my hands and I just moved on. There will be hardships and I'm sure male counterparts would say they have their own set of hardships. So I think I just try to steer away from this dialogue. I would say that women have to strive for more. I also give lectures in MBA institutes and I'm more often than not, I see girls resigning before they even go out. They're thinking about their families before they're thinking about building their careers. And I tell them, look at the opportunities that come to you and try to plan your life after that. Not think about, I need to have a job which allows me to spend time with my kids. So that's what I would like to say.
Thank you very much for that part. Sarah, the next question is for you. So you are heading an international business networking group, mostly male. And How do you handle the negotiations, the business meetings with members, diplomats, government officials, not only the UAE but different parts of the world, because I know that you have quite a large footprint. So how do you handle that, because most of them are male, the people you speak with?
Thank you, Sandy. Actually, it's quite a difficult question. Why? Because I think how I treated the women, female CEOs and male CEO are pretty the same. But I got something for you. So I think the first element I should think of respect. So before each of the meeting negotiations, so we should be prepared to do the research and acknowledge the achievement and the male CEO's insights and mentorship. I think that that's very important, as you know, that all the male CEOs are preferred to call them heroes. So, and we always should think of that factor, that respect and acknowledge their achievements. Second, as you mentioned, that yes, truly we are international business club, that we're dealing with diversified profile, different sectors, background, nationalities, CEOs from Middle East, Africa, Europe, America, Asians. So as you can see, so different background of the CEOs are getting together often. So so I believe that when we start a conversation, we should be open, prepare for openness, heart-to-heart communication. So that can give then we can also share the values and impact-driven goals together. I think that is, my guideline basically. If it's good for you, good for her or for him, then let's do it. So let's think is impactful, jointly together. So third, I want to mention gentle equality. So again, this coming to the same understanding. Like I treat the female member and the male member are same. Yeah. So, but I also do something different for our female member to give them support. So, like Sandy said, the female entrepreneur or CEOs sometimes do need a little push and a bit shy. So, I like to encourage them to come forward to share their ideas. So, lastly, that we do have many diplomatic members and government officials. So it's sometimes you can see it's can be serious discussions, meetings. But again, I would suggest to add a touch of humor and so open and openness and laughter. It always creates a nice environment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sonal, this is our final question to you. It's as a female leader leading your own team, do your methods of creating, negotiating differ from your male counterpart, and what is your preferred approach?
Thank you so much for the question, Sandy. I don't think there's a difference, because in terms of negotiation or when you're presenting your point of view to a client, every person is different. Just to give you an example about myself, I was called a tomboy when I was in my childhood, just because I was very aggressive. I had boy cut. I wanted to lead the teams. I just wanted to play the boy games like cricket and stuff like that. So I had the qualities of a boy. They were like, you have no qualities of a girl. I have no idea what that means, you know. As I grew up, I understood that the women have that natural thing about adaptability, you know. So it's like if you want to adapt yourself to a particular situation, it's a woman who can do that. So in terms of negotiation, when we, like I also head the direct sales in the company, so when I'm actually presenting a case to the client, giving my point of view, presenting a proposal, it's very important to understand, like it's this inherent quality of to understand that aggression, like a male, wouldn't work here. What you really need to do is understand the client and the person who you're talking to. So I do a thorough research on the business, on the client himself. You know, if the client, the interests of the client, what the client needs. So when we're talking to the client, I think business relationships, collaboration is the key. It's not all about talking business. It's also about understanding where the client interest lies. Like when I had to present the medical insurance for their staff, I know that fitness and sports is what the client was mainly interested in. So I actually clubbed that for the staff policy, and I said, why don't we have this mental and physical health program embedded in the group medical insurance? And the whole conversation went to a different tangent, talking about the yoga, the gym, the different things that you could do to actually improve and enhance the lifestyle of the people. So having said that, perseverance and patience helped as well, because once we left the conversation open-ended, when we came back and we followed it up, we actually landed up closing the deal for the client. Thank you so much.
Sorry, I'm to rush, but we're trying to stick to schedule. So I want to thank each of my panelists for sharing your thoughts, and I'm sure people have been listening and have been taking in what you said, because I think these are all very important pointers that you made, because you're speaking from experience, you're speaking from expertise. So with this, we bring an end to this panel. But before I go, because I'm still on stage and so I'm still in charge, and so I would like to, I'm going to say a word and I want you to repeat it for me. It's called the ABC. So A is for attitude. Can I? Attitude. Can I hear the word attitude, please? Attitude. Loud. Attitude. Yes. B is for belief. Belief. Louder, please. I can't hear. Belief. Belief. C is for courage. Courage. D is for determination. Determination. Yes. And E is for empowerment. Empowerment. Yes. So we're leaving you all empowered. Thank you very much for listening to us.